We're still talking 2015 elections. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says no permanent voter cards, no voting. A tall order, you may say, but the Chief Press Secretary to the INEC chairman insists that before the 2015 elections, the Commission would have achieved between 80 to 90% distribution of permanent voter cards nationwide. Mr. Kayode Idowu was guest on our program, Politics Today.
We have been distributing at the local government offices of the Commission since we rounded up the polling unit level distribution. The expectation of the Commission is that before election, between 80 and 90% of the permanent voter cards will be collected. We hope that will happen. We have been urging that people whose PVCs are waiting at the local government offices of the Commission will go there to collect those cards there. At the polling unit level, across the country, the collection rate was about 65% across the country at the polling unit level. And we have been distributing at the local government offices of the Commission since we ended the polling unit level distribution. People have been picking up their cards, and as many as are yet to do so are being urged to come forward and pick up those cards at the local government offices of the Commission.
INEC's Chief Press Secretary, Mr. Kayode Idowu. And the challenges confronting the Kwara State chapter of the People's Democratic Party on the emergence of the governorship flag bearer seems to have been settled, as the State Deputy Chairman, Abdullahi Manko, says that the party's National Working Committee has confirmed the candidature of Senator Simeon Ajibola in next year's general election. Abdullahi Manko explained that since the winner emerged through a free, fair and credible primary election conducted by the governor of Benue State, Gabriel Suswam, the national leadership has no option than to support the wishes of the people.
As far as we are concerned in Kwara State, he worked in consonance with the provisions of the electoral provisions of PDP guidelines on primary elections, because of Section 19N of the electoral guideline stipulates that the person with the highest number of votes should be declared the winner of that election. And immediately after that election, the electoral officer, returning officer, that is Mr. Gabriel Suswam, governor of Benue State, did same as demanded by the guideline. And all of us by then were all satisfied with the result that he actually declared. Today, it's only sure that Chief SS Ajibola has been declared the winner of the gubernatorial election.
And as we gradually come to the end of the year, the Kwara State Governor, Abdul Fattah Ahmed, has presented his scorecard for assessments by the people. At a town hall meeting in Ukero, people from 2 local government areas commended the various economic programs introduced by the governor and urged him to do more.
The first part of call of the governor and his entourage was the town hall of Ekiti local government, which was filled to the brim by various political groups. The governor, who spoke in Yoruba, thanked them for standing by his government and assured of his readiness to do more to ensure that the people continue to benefit from his administration. In an interview, he explained the rationale for the town hall meeting, which are believed as necessary to feel the pulse of the people.
The town hall meeting is part and parcel of governance. It's been part of what we do together in meeting our people from time to time. That is going to meet with the people, discussing how far we have gone, discussing where we are and where we want to be. But most importantly, how much resources are available for us to get to the promised land.
And then moving on to Ukero town, the women in their colorful attires demanding more attention from the government as the food basket of the state. The State Commissioner for Economic Planning, who is from the area, enumerated special projects cited in the area.
Rehabilitation of Ajibola water dam, rehabilitation of Oboile or AGU Ajibola road with construction of 2 bridges.
The governor also took time off to visit the ongoing Oko Bridge in Ifelodun local government area, where he was taken round by the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Works, who explained that the project would require about 120 million naira before completion.
Despite having a budget of 493 billion naira allotted, education has been on a decline in the country with a string of poor results, most notably in the West African Examinations Council, where about 70% of the candidates failed. However, Nigeria's Minister of Education, Malam Ibrahim Shekarau, is optimistic of transforming the sector by ensuring all Nigerians have access to quality education. During a media interactive session in Kano, the minister said, in line with making this happen, over 60,000 university lecturers have been sponsored on various training courses abroad.
In the attempt of government to ensure that they give more opportunities to children who ought to have been in school but they're not in this system, millions of them, within the last 3 years, government has constructed 127 Tsangaya primary schools in the north alone. All these to increase access. We have covered basic, we have covered post-basic, which is secondary, and he has covered the tertiary.
Let's bring you up to speed with what's recently happened in politics in what seems to be a desperate move to run for the governorship position in Nasarawa State. The immediate past Information Minister, Labaran Maku, has defected to the All Progressives Grand Alliance, APGA. Information we got from the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, shows that the name of the former minister has been submitted to the body as the candidate for the party for the 2015 governorship position. Do remember that Mr. Maku gave the People's Democratic Party an ultimatum to redress what he called the injustice allegedly played out during the governorship primary, which produced a former House member, Yusuf Agabi, as candidates of the PDP. Also, the People's Democratic Party in Lagos has announced a running mate for Mr. Jimmy Agbaje, the governorship candidate of the party. She is Alhaja Safurat Abdul Karim. The party today announced the choice of the running mate, who was also running mate to the late engineer Funshaw Williams, the Lagos PDP governorship candidate back in 2003. The 53-year-old trained teacher and accountant believes her second coming as a running mate for the PDP may bring fortunes for the party ahead of the 2015 elections. The Iguay Festival is the last of the 14 festivals known as Ugi, celebrated annually in and around the Benin Kingdom. The festival dates back to over 1,000 years and remains precious to the Benin people. This year's celebration featured a carnival to give the youth a sense of belonging. Our community report tonight highlights major events of the festival.
A tradition that is said to be over 1,000 years old. The Iguay Festival is the climax of a 14-day celebration of different festivals known as Ugi. Commenting on the background of the event, Prince Patrick Orosaye, a retired curator and authority on Benin tradition and custom, describes it as a period of thanksgiving for the people.
Iguay means thanksgiving. It's an end-of-year activity where the people of Benin, or the Benin people, wherever they are, they give thanks to God for a successful year and pray for successes in the next year. Initially, the Iguay festival was celebrated in the month of September, but in the time of Oba Akenzua II, it was taken to the month of December to coincide with the Georgian calendar and allow civil servants, that Benin who are civil servants, to participate in the festival itself.
Ogbeson community in Ikubaoka local government area of Edo State is part of Benin Kingdom. The Obasogie of Benin Kingdom, Chief Eduwe Kato Obasogie, says his people, mostly of royal descent, are usually among the first to partake in the Iguay festival.
Iguay, in particular, is one of those components of Ogie. He climaxes most of the ceremony along with Ewere. It is done as a sort of thanksgiving. It marks the beginning of the new year and also marks the end of the old year. It is the period which brings people together, they felicitate together, and have a meeting point, a total reunion of all Edo-speaking people, both at home and in the diaspora. Mounted in Igubaha are people from the royal family. They are people close to the Oba, close to the royal home, and in fact, they have never fallen short in the annual celebration of Iguay and other Ogie.
Although the Beninese are proud of their culture, this elderly woman in the community, Victoria Ugbe, says that the tradition is fast fading away as the youth are no longer actively involved.
Iguay na festival for Benin language, but na Igbo now we dey now, but our own is traditional our own. Na Iguay now we dey call her. If you want to do Iguay, we dey buy everything. They take serve here before, but they know they do it now. Everybody in our church. If you don't do it finish, all your children they'll go come, go do Iguay. We go if you don't serve a head for evening. If you dey break, the thing will take do you. If you na fowl, if you na goat, if you dey break, you na go cook am. Every children when come, they go chop am.
Attracting the younger generation is an obvious challenge. So this Ugie Carnival, among other things, is meant to gain their attention.
It's Benin Ugie Carnival. It's an extension of the Iguay Festival. But, we are thinking that the youths sort of have been cut off from the mainstream of the Iguay Festival. And so we are thinking of way of integrating the youths. And so we have created a carnival to take care of the interests of the youths so that it can be part of the Iguay Festival.
With the Oba of Benin, His Royal Majesty Omonoba Nedu Ukwu Akpolokpolo Ejiawa, celebrating 35 years on the throne this year, the activities of the Iguay Festival continue to improve and expand with the aim of making this age-long tradition not just a festival for the Edo people, but a tourist event for everyone.
When the news at 10 returns, on Art Review, Power and Powers is a subject of an exhibition in Lagos. Please join us again.